You know the feeling, right?
You
You
might
walk
think
into a
this is
coffee
just
shop,
another cafe.
or maybe you're swiping on a dating
But look
app,
closer.
and then
Every
boom,
cup holds a
you
story,
see them.
and
Your eyes lock, and you feel that jolt of electricity run down your spine. Your heart skips a beat, your palms get a little sweaty. You go home and you can't stop thinking about them. You tell your best friend, I think I met the one. I've never felt this intense with anyone before. The chemistry is just off the charts. Those first few weeks feel like a dream. You're checking your phone every 5 minutes. Every ding is a massive dopamine hit straight to your brain. You feel like you're living in a Hollywood romance movie. But then, let's fast forward 6 months. It's the same person, but that high is gone. Instead, there's that familiar pit in your stomach. Now you're still checking your phone every 5 minutes, not out of excitement, but out of anxiety. Why hasn't he texted back in 3 hours? Why is she being so cold? What did I do wrong? You realize you're in the exact same old script. You're chasing someone who is emotionally unavailable. You're trying to prove your worth to someone who doesn't value it. And here's the most ironic part. Last week, you went on a date with someone else, someone genuinely nice. They texted on time, they actually cared about you, they were transparent and clear. And what was your reaction? You told your friends, yeah, he's great, but I don't know. It's just boring. There's no spark. Why? Why is our brain wired so weirdly? Why do we reject peace and dive headfirst into chaos? Why does the wrong person always feel so right? The answer is going to blow your mind, and it might completely change how you love from now on. That butterflies in your stomach, intense, heart-pounding feeling you call love at first sight or the spark. In psychology, sometimes that is not love. That is your danger warning system screaming at you. That is anxiety masquerading as passion. Today, we are going to expose the truth about your love operating system. We're going to decode why you are programmed to fall for people who hurt you, and most importantly, how to re-engineer your heart to find real love. A love that doesn't make you feel like you're going crazy. Welcome to Psych Blueprint.
To understand why you keep falling into this mess, we need to look at the circuit board inside your brain. Psychologists call this attachment theory, but here at Psych Blueprint, let's call it your love operating system. This operating system was installed when you were very little, before you could even speak, and it runs on a brutal but simple rule. The human brain does not seek happiness, it seeks familiarity. Imagine your childhood home, not the one made of bricks and mortar, but your emotional home. If your parents were warm, always there when you cried, always comforting when you fell, then your developing brain wrote a line of code. Love equals safety. Love equals peace. When you grow up, if you meet someone who treats you well, it feels right. It matches your definition of home. But what happens if your emotional home was a bit unstable? Imagine a child with inconsistent parents. Sometimes they were loving, but other times they were cold or angry for no reason. To get love, that child had to walk on eggshells, be perfectly obedient, or scream at the top of their lungs just to be noticed. In that environment, the brain writes a completely different code. Love equals something you have to fight for. Love equals anxiety. Love equals never knowing what will happen next. Here is the crux of the problem. When you grow up and meet a man or woman who is kind, stable, and texts back immediately, your brain scans the data and throws an error. Error, error, no match found. It's too peaceful. There's no anxiety. It doesn't feel like home. So you feel bored. You say, the spark is gone. Conversely, when you meet someone cold, inconsistent, hot and cold, boom, your operating system lights up green. It recognizes this familiarity. It says, aha, here it is, this feeling of insecurity, this feeling of having to prove myself. This is the love I know. Freud called this repetition compulsion. We are attracted to people who hurt us in the exact same way we were hurt in the past. Not because we like suffering, but because subconsciously we want to return to the scene of the crime, to recreate that pain with a naive hope. This time I will fix it. This time I will make them love me and I will win. You don't love that person, you are in love with the battle to win them over. So which soldier are you in this war? Are you the chaser or the runner? Let's dive into the details.
To understand your love drama, we need to know who the players are on stage. Psychologists categorize us into three main groups. Let's see which one you belong to. The chaser, the anxious attachment. First up is the anxious attachment. I like to call this archetype the chaser. If you belong to this group, your nervous system is like a highly sensitive radar, constantly scanning the environment for any sign of abandonment. You have an emotional thirst that is never quite quenched. Imagine this scenario. You text your partner. 10 minutes pass. No reply. 30 minutes. Still silence. Inside your head, World War III begins. Did I say something wrong? Is he bored of me? She's probably out with someone else. You feel actual physical pain in your chest. To soothe that pain, you engage in what psychologists call protest behavior. You double text, you call to check in, or you try to get their attention by posting a sad status update. You need reassurance right now. And when they finally text back, you feel a wave of relief, but it only lasts for a moment because that radar never truly shuts off. The runner, the avoidant attachment. On the other side of the battlefield is the avoidant attachment, also known as the runner. If the chaser fears abandonment, the runner fears intimacy. For you, closeness equals a loss of freedom. You are like a turtle with a thick shell. You want love, but the moment someone gets too close, your alarm system starts blaring. Danger, danger, I'm being suffocated. Your script usually goes like this. Things are going great. You just had a romantic date, felt a deep connection. But the next morning, instead of feeling happy, you feel off. Suddenly you find your partner annoying. You start hyper-focusing on their tiny flaws. She chews too loud. That shirt he's wearing looks ridiculous. You withdraw. You say, I need space, or you bury yourself in work and ignore their texts. You tell yourself you are just independent. But in reality, you're building a wall to protect yourself from getting hurt again. And this is where things get interesting and painful. This is the most crucial part of this video. By logical standards, a chaser who craves closeness should find another chaser so they can be inseparable, right? And a runner should find another runner so they can both be free. No. Nature has a dark sense of humor. Chasers and runners are often attracted to each other like magnets. Why? Because they confirm each other's deepest fears. Let's look at this ghostly dance. The chaser takes a step forward, seeking intimacy. This triggers the runner's fear of losing freedom. They take a step back. Seeing them pull away, the chaser panics, fearing abandonment. They chase harder, text more, demand more. Feeling the pressure, the runner feels even more suffocated. They run further away or pull a disappearing act, ghosting. And just when the chaser is exhausted and about to give up, the runner suddenly feels safe because no one's chasing them anymore. They come back, dropping a few breadcrumbs of affection. The chaser sees this, gets their hopes up, runs back, and the cycle starts all over again. Chase, run, chase, run. This roller coaster creates a powerful chemical cocktail in your brain: adrenaline, stress, and dopamine, unexpected reward. You get addicted to this feeling. You mistake this heart-stopping instability for fiery passion. But in reality, it's just anxiety. The secure, the antidote. Finally, there is a third group, the secure attachment. They make up about 50% of the population. They are comfortable with intimacy and do not fear abandonment. They don't play games. They say what they mean and do what they say. But why don't you fall for them? Because when a secure person doesn't play chase and run, your operating system doesn't get that familiar hit of dopamine. You go on a date with them, there's no anxiety, no guessing games, and you conclude, boring, no chemistry. You're skipping the healthy water to drink the toxic soda just because it gives you that instant sugar rush. So how do we escape this loop? How do we re-engineer the operating system to find joy in peace? That is the blueprint we are going to talk about right now.
All right, take a deep breath. We know why the system is glitching. Now it's time to fix it. You are not permanently broken. Your brain has neuroplasticity. You can rewrite these lines of code. Here is your 4-step blueprint to break the toxic loop and find healthy love. Step 1, audit your history. The first step is always awareness. You cannot fix what you cannot see. Tonight, I want you to do a small exercise. Take out a piece of paper and write down the names of your last 3 exes or the last 3 people you dated. Next to each name, answer 2 questions. What was my dominant emotion when I was with them? Anxiety, suffocation, or peace? How did it end? Was I abandoned or did I run away? If you see a common denominator repeating itself, for example, you are always the one anxiously waiting for a text, then congratulations. You have just identified the malware running in the background of your mind. Don't judge it, just observe it. Ah, that's my chaser mode kicking in. Step 2, install the pause button. This is the most critical skill. When the addiction hits, when you want to bombard them with texts, or when you want to block their number and run for the hills, do nothing. Your nervous system is triggered. In this moment, your emotional IQ has dropped to 0. Any action you take right now will make the situation worse. You need to install a pause button. For the chaser, when you are panicking because they haven't replied, put the phone down face first. Take a cold shower. Go for a run. Breathe. Practice self-soothing. I am okay. Their silence does not define my worth. Wait at least 24 hours before reacting. For the runner, when you feel suffocated and want to vanish, stop. Don't ghost. Instead, communicate your need. I need about 2 hours alone to recharge. I'll call you back tonight. Don't run away. Learn to take a time out. Step 3, the boredom challenge. This is the hardest part, but the most effective. I want you to redefine your dictionary. Replace the word boring with the word peaceful. Next time you go on a date with someone kind, transparent, who doesn't play mind games, and you feel nothing, do not cross their name off the list yet. Give them and yourself a second or third chance. Be patient. When you detox from the dopamine of toxic drama, you will start to perceive the beauty of peace. Real love isn't a roller coaster that makes you want to throw up. Real love is solid ground beneath your feet. It isn't exciting in a dangerous way, it is nourishing. Learn to tolerate that healthy boredom until your nervous system realizes, oh, wait, this is what safety feels like.
Okay, that's a good point.
Step 4,
I guess I didn't see it that way the
communicate
first
like an
time around.
adult. Secure communication. Finally, learn the language of the secure. Don't play guessing games. Don't be passive-aggressive. State your needs directly, but without blaming. The simple formula is, I feel emotion when action because I need. Instead of saying, you are so thoughtless, you never care about me. Blame triggers defensiveness. Say this, I feel anxious when you don't reply all night because I need reassurance and connection. Could you just shoot me a quick text next time before you get busy? If you say this and they react positively, respecting your needs, that is a keeper. If they mock you, call you needy or annoying, that is your sign to leave. Effective communication is the best filter to weed out the wrong people.
I want to end this video with some good news. If you realize you are a chaser or a runner, please do not blame yourself. You are not broken. You are just loving in the way you learned to survive in the past. It was a survival mechanism, not a mistake. And the most beautiful thing about psychology is the concept of earned security. This means that even if you weren't born with a perfect operating system, you can code it yourself. It takes time, it takes patience, and it takes the courage to choose peace over those flashy, instant sparks. Remember this, the spark is easy to blow out, but a warm, lasting fire is built slowly, log by log. Stop looking for someone who makes your heart want to jump out of your chest. Look for someone who makes your heart feel like it has finally come home. Now, I have a question for you. After watching this, which team do you think you belong to? Are you team chaser, anxious, team runner, avoidant, or team secure? Let me know in the comments below. Don't be shy. Our community is here to support each other, not to judge. And if you want more psychological blueprints to upgrade your life, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. I'm Psych Blueprint. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you in the next design.